Hi guys, I'm Smarana's Humphrey Big Sister, and I'm here to tell y'all why I'm trying to get justice for him. Smarana has been bullied, harassed by this group of boys that he so-called called his friends. He got invited to this so-called slumber party to where they all was gonna have fun, listen to music, and eat. Instead, they decided to wake him up out of his sleep to make him drink urine. They decided to record him drinking it and sent it out to a bunch of people. They also will beat him with a belt, attacked him with BB guns, and a white coach at Haggard Middle School took his inhaler from him to where he couldn't even breathe. So I decided to step up because we need a change. I made a petition that is in my bio on Instagram, and I also posted the video basically explaining what happened to him. Smarana is not doing fine, but we still need change and justice for him. We are filing a lawsuit and press charges. We're gonna get justice for Smarana.
Hi, this is Monica, and welcome back to my channel. Now, last night I made a video about a little boy in Plano, Texas named Samarion Humphrey. Now, if you didn't see the video prior to this video, you need to look at that video and then come back to this one. Okay, this video is kind of sort of like a update to let you guys know what I have been like researching and listening to and about this story, because last night's video I was angry. Not saying that I'm not angry today, but I'm more settled because I know that now this video should have been shared a bunch of times. This video, this little boy's name should have been out, but I'm still looking and I don't see it as much as it should be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to inform y'all of some of the things that I have been seeing today as far as the investigation, the police department, and the government officials in Plano, Texas. Now, Samarion Humphreys is a 13-year-old black boy who was coerced into spending the night and befriended by other teammates on the football team. These teammates, which was 4 Caucasian male kids, 14, he was 13, befriended this little boy because they had been bullying him prior to this incident. They invited him over on a sleepover between the 13th and the 14th of February. On those 2 nights, this little boy was tortured. He was hit with a BB gun. He was called the racial slurs. He was called homosexual words. Viewer discretion is advised. So they eventually beat and tortured this baby with a belt. And then he was made to drink their urine out of a cup. All this occurred on the weekend of February the 13th and 14th. And it went viral there. The video was shared all over Facebook because they was live when they was doing some of these things. Now, what I did was, I told y'all how the mother had been making videos, how she been talking to the news people. She got an attorney, and her attorney's name is Kim Cole. She is the representative of the family. But I want to talk about, like, I was looking and I haven't heard from the mayor of Plano. I have not heard from the mayor. His name is Harry, Larosileiere. I would have messed his last name up, but that's who he is. I'm going to show you a picture of him right here. Yes, you guessed it. He's black. He's black with all these movements and everything else. He don't watch the news in Plano. He's the mayor. He don't watch the news. He don't see the day news. He didn't interrupt no news. He didn't make he didn't have a conference. He didn't do anything. He didn't have nothing. He has not said a word. He looks like me. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him. Then the superintendent, Sarah Bonser, you haven't heard from her either. Superintendent of schools, you haven't heard from her either. You haven't heard from her. I'm going to show a picture of her. Okay, so you haven't heard from the mayor. You haven't heard from the superintendent of schools. You haven't even heard from, hold on, the governor, Greg Abbott. Now, I understand he's been going through this stuff with this stimulus bill and all this other stuff, but you are the governor. You ain't watched the news? None of these three people done watched the news in Plano, Texas. I seen it. I don't live in Plano, but I seen it. I live all the way in Ohio, but I didn't see it. I seen it here. I ain't see them talking about nothing. None of them. Y'all voted these people in Plano, Texas. Y'all voted for these people. They're not doing their job. Get on their ass. Okay, now, this one right here kind of threw me. I mean, it kind of, when I say threw me, no. His ass is in trouble. And he is the football coach of Haggard Middle School. His name is Greg Dupree. I'm going to show you a picture of him. Greg Dupree, by him being a football coach, I told y'all yesterday, when Samarion reported it to him, he told him, boys will be boys. But I looked into the story today because my husband was trying to tell me about it last night, but I was so worked up behind the story that I didn't listen, so I paid attention today. The Greg Dupree took this baby's rescue inhaler from him during practice. This baby was having an asthma attack. He couldn't breathe. And he took his rescue inhaler, and when it was reported, the baby still ain't got it back from him. He still got it. He still got it. Y'all need to talk to his ass too. So when I start looking again, I seen where one of the little boy's fathers had on February the 8th made some kind of statement like, this is before the incident happened, that parents need to pay attention to their kids and focus on their kids and be held responsible and this. Mr. Van, Asher did this to another student. Are you going to hold him responsible? But what you did do is you blocked all y'all accounts. All of their accounts was blocked. Their Facebook, their TikTok, anything with their names on it was blocked. The mother of one of the other little boys, what is her name? Jesus. Who is she? I can't remember. I'm going to put her in there somewhere. Her account is blocked too. So you mean to tell me as a mother, I got kids that's on social media. They go live, my phone dings, ding, and it'll say such went live. So you mean to tell me this has been shared hundreds of times in Plano, Texas? None of the parents seen it. None of the parents got notification that your kid was live. None of y'all knew this? So this baby had to go to school from the 14th, which was the 15th was that Monday. 16 days later, this incident was reported. That means he was taunted at school. That means he was made fun of. That means he was made fun of and nobody did anything. He felt alone. He felt bullied, not just by the 4 boys that did it, but by his entire school. Because this is not the first incident of discrimination in this school by some kids. I need for everybody to start paying attention and focusing on Plano, Texas. I have a small platform. My YouTube channel is a tiny channel. But I am stirring the pot enough that I want people to pay attention to these people, what's going on. When this incident was reported, it was reported on the 2nd. The police department and the school suspended the boys for 2 days. The police supposedly, allegedly, launched an investigation that day. But today, I saw that they had to call in the FBI because this is considered a hate crime. So you, as the police, as such law enforcement, You didn't think off the top this was a hate crime? I asked y'all last night, if this was your child, what would you do? Not only that, if this was 4 black boys, 14-year-old boys, and they did this to a 13-year-old white child, white boy, would it have ended like this? Would this be what's going on? It wouldn't. Y'all know it as well as I know it. This should be in mainstream media. It's slowly building. It's slowly getting out there, but it's not getting out there fast enough. Because Nora O'Donnell ain't said anything about it. Neither have Gayle King. She ain't said anything about it. MSNBC ain't said nothing about this. This is a hate crime. Everybody knows that these people talk about the Black Lives Matter movement. They talk about the insurrection at the Capitol, the arrests from the Capitol. They talk about Donald Trump. They talk about Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, but they're not talking about Samarian Humphrey. None of these people. I'm talking about it because I want somebody to do something about it. They ass need to be locked up. They need to be locked away. They need to have a high bond, and they need to be locked away with other little boy bullies. That's what they need. They need to be locked up with other little boy bullies their age. Lock them up. Lock them up. Because if you don't lock them up, when they get to be 19, just think about what they'll do to a grown person of color. Just like I said last night, if this was your child, what would you do? I'm going to say it again. I don't care if you like, comment, or even you subscribe, but I want this video shared. I want this video shared also. So, thank you for watching. Bye.
These boys' names are Asher Van, Michael York, Jacob Sidham, and Parker Hoffman. I also want to let